Million family, happy Friday. We're back for another Friday deal story. Now, this one I'm going to share with you guys. This one is actually a 60 days closing, but I'm going to share with you how we're able to get the $10,000 on the first day. So right when the buyer drop off the non-refundable, it will get released to us, so we don't have to wait 60 days to get the 11K. All right. So it's a 60 days closing, but we got the check in one day. So I'm going to share with you guys a story. Thought it would be something different. I was debating between this one or another one, so I thought I'm going to share with you guys this one. I'll share with you guys on the other one on the next one or something like that. But you guys, as you enter the live stream, boom, smash the thumbs up for me. For those of you who are new to the channel, you're interested in learning about wholesaling and how you can able to do it virtually, where you don't see the seller, the buyer, or the property, and locking property up in a contract and be able to make a boatload of money by wholesaling these without putting up your own money to buy the property, then boom, smash the subscribe button. I'm going to share and teach you everything that I've learned and everything that I will be learning, so that way you can turn your annual income, whatever you're making right now, into monthly, even weekly, if that is what you desire. As you guys can see, I don't use the word want, because a lot of us say we want something but never accomplish it. You have to truly deep down desire it. Like you eat, sleep, that's all you think about. So anyways, you guys, as you enter the live stream, smash the thumbs up for me. Brian Price, what up? Kalia, happy Friday. Anthony 216, King Kong, what up, buddy? And for those of you who want daily tips, motivation, inspiration, follow me on my fitness journey, a 60-day to six-pack ab. Follow me on IG, on Instagram. I try to upload, either something motivation, some tips or whatever like that, daily. So if you want to follow me on IG, go to Khang, KHANG.WTM. So hit me up on there. Let me see here. Derek J, Joe Dirt, what up? Mike Ying, what up? Darren Jackson, what up, Kong? What up, buddy? Man, we're getting slow people on today. So let me jump into the deal story and tell you guys roughly. I don't remember the exact number. I'm not in front of my computer because this is 60 days ago. So I don't remember the exact number, but hopefully you guys will be able to take some nuggets or maybe some piece from this that will help you guys out in your journey, okay? So this seller here calls us. We actually have a few. There was one hiccup or so where we felt like, oh my gosh, this might not even we might not even be able to close this, where we might have to extend it out for another like 30 days or so. So I'm going to share with you guys a story. This one here, it came off of one of our postcards, and the seller owns the property free and clear. And the reason why he's selling it is because the house is getting too big. He's having a problem with his daughter. So his daughter has some issue. He moved his daughter into living with him. Now they're having problem. The house is too big. He can't maintain it. She's not been paying him. I guess she's not been helping him out. So he's tired of it. He wants to sell it. He wants to downsize. He wants to retire. So that is his motivation, and that's his reason why he's selling it. So he calls us. Went through the first phase of our script, where one of our VA got all the information. Khang, how does it feel like to cash that 100K check? Dude, man, that 100K check, dude, it's been sitting at the title company since like Monday. I want to go and get it so bad. We picked it up on Friday, and then we obviously didn't deposit it until like Monday or Tuesday. But man, I wish I had it so I can just show it to you guys. But it feels, dude, it feels absolutely amazing, man. It feels amazing. it feels amazing, and it just feels like all the hard work and everything that you have done, it just really pays off, right? And I could have never imagined, you know, many years ago, I was working at a company making $30,000 a year. It took me 8 years to make that much, $30,000 a year, and now we're doing like in a week. So it's absolutely been a great journey and been a blessing, man. So anyways, back to the story is, so the seller calls, went through the first phase of our script. The girls got all the information. The VA got all the information that is needed on the questionnaire. Sent it over to me and my purchase manager to actually call back on the deal. And my purchase manager called back, went through the whole script again, chat with the seller, got him locked up on the contract, and we have to put up as far as earnest money, you guys. So first phone call, lock up on the contract on the second phone call. All right. And the thing is, you guys got to understand, for those of you who are new to the channel, who is that, remember, the first phone call, gather all the information, it set the attention, set the appointment for the second phone call, but you have to let the seller know that on the second phone call, it must be a decision to actually sell his property if we can agree on a price. So the first phone call, we don't make offer, we gather all the information, gather their motivations, and see if their numbers actually make sense. Set the second phone call, okay, to make the offer to the seller. And the second phone call, the intention is to lock it up on the contract. It's to come to an agreement. It's not to, oh, I want to think about it, and then, you know, set another phone appointment. No, the second phone. So set the intention on the first one. All right. For those of you who purchased my King Kong Amazing Seller Script Package, you guys master that script and you guys will dominate the phone call. So, lock up on the contract. Now, the thing is, when we locked this on the contract, the seller said, hey, you know what? So we tied up for 60 days, right? We obviously want to tie it up as long as we can, so that way we have time to do our due diligence, to find our buyers, to send our buyers out there, okay? You guys smash the thumbs up for me if I drop any nuggets that helps you out, to unlock whatever missing link or piece to you. Don't be shy. Boom, smash it up. That shirt's getting small, Khang. Brittany, that is the best compliment I've gotten. Great job with the game. Thank you. I'm really trying. But the shirt's good. I love the way it fits and everything like that now. Like my clothing, I just love the way it fits. Sorry I'm going a little bit off topic, you guys, but I promise I'll finish the story. I'll answer any question you guys have regarding the story. Joe Ho, what up? So I was just trying to be sarcastic. So we are gonna do so we're planning this Vietnam trip. We're gonna go back to Vietnam, and there's a wedding that we have to attend. And I was asking my family member what they're gonna wear to the wedding. I said I'm not gonna wear a shirt. I don't care what everybody else is wearing, but I'm not wearing a shirt. But I was just trying to be funny. But so we set it up. So we set up the closing. So you're trying to get as much time as you can. Okay, let me roll down the window before it overheats. So you're trying to set up the closing, trying to get as much time with the seller as you can. And the best way to do that is to ask the seller how much time, you know, like how quickly do they need to sell the property and actually close on it and vacate, right? That's the best question to ask them, because you don't want to give them, maybe they'll be like, oh, you know, we're not in a rush. So that's when we tell them, okay, 45 to 60 days, would that work? All right, if they say, no, I really need to close this quick, you know, want to get out, then we try to at least get that 30 days, okay? So we tied up for 60 days, sent it out. Now, let me tell you about this deal here. The number on this deal, when we set it out, the buyer, or I'm sorry, the seller said that, you know, beside cosmetic, there's really nothing needed to be done to the property. The property's in great shape. And you guys, from the picture, it looks, from the picture, I even want to buy the property. The property looks really good. And now the thing is that he had this property listed. Let me find a new spot. Can you guys see me? The lighting is not so good. So from a, let me back up a little bit here. Change the, so from the, okay, maybe this is a little bit better. Hold on a second. Let me reverse into here to see if we can find better lighting. It's starting getting a little blurry. Much better. Much better. Okay, you guys, sorry about that. So basically, where was I at? Hold on a second. So the seller said that there's really nothing major issue with the property. He has this property listed, I think 3 years ago. So back in 2015, he didn't sell it. He listed for 270, I think 280 or so, and didn't sell the property. And the property now is probably worth, I guess, like 325 or so. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry if I don't have the numbers. This is like 60 days ago, and I'm not in front of my computer. So basically, the seller calls in. He just wanted what he initially listed for back 3 years ago. And I think, if I don't remember wrong, guys, this postcard here we sent out came from expired listing. So we do target expired listing. For those of you, I do tell you expired listing. As a lot of times it's expired listing. These are the seller that want to sell, but for some ever reason they couldn't sell their property. Right? I don't know whatever the reason is, they couldn't sell the property, and then years later they didn't know that the economy, obviously the real estate has appreciated. So a lot of them, in their mind, they wanted what they initially list the property for. So when we went through the negotiation, we went through the negotiating from what he listed for, saying, and now he's saying, oh, yes, paying all the closing costs. He wants to come down on price from the list price that was 3 years ago. All right. So, and then we start to negotiate from there. So anyways, we estimated, so this property is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, roughly about 1,900 square feet. The seller said it just needs cosmetic, paint, update the kitchen, if you guys want to flip it. So we always get a number from the seller. Seller estimated that it's roughly going to cost between 15 to 20. We estimated, to do paint, to do new floorings, to upgrade the kitchens, upgrade the bathroom. We figured that it's going to be about 30 to 40,000. All right, 30 to 40,000. So we made the offer based off of whatever the calculation for the we based off our calculations when we made the offer based on what we or their updates would cost us. Okay, not based on the seller's number, but based on us. And then what we do is that what we use the seller's number to basically, they say this is how much it's going to cost, but when we send out a contractor or a buyer to come out there and they come back more, and that's how we come back and renegotiate the deal if needed. So we actually, so when we did our calculation or formula, we built in, I think we built in a $15,000 or a $20,000 assignment fee for this deal. So when we send this deal out to our buyer, this deal here does not work for any of our fix and flip buyer. All right, even at the 20% margin, it just wouldn't work, because when our buyer came out there, they did the inspection on the property. And actually, the reason why he didn't sell the property 3 years ago is because this property has some termites damage underneath the crawl space, which is the subfloor. I didn't, when I first started real estate, you guys didn't even know what a crawl space is. I didn't even know what a subfloor is. So the buyer went out there, did their inspections, and they came back and said, hey, Khang, it's not a 30 to 40K, man. If we're going to flip this and we're going to fix the subfloor, that's going to cost us a lot of money. And so it's more of a $60,000 rehab. So our number came back and did not work for any of our fix and flipper in that area. So what happened is that we keep on marketing this property, and the buyer that actually bought this property wasn't going to fix and flip it. It works perfect for him to go in there, just fix the subfloor, clean it up a little bit, keep everything as is, and then keep it as a long-term rental. And that's how we're able to make this deal work with the seller, with us, and with the end buyer. all right? Because they are not looking to fix and flip the property because it wouldn't make sense, but they can buy it and then keep it as a long-term rental. And that's a lot of times, that's why I'm telling you guys, a lot of times the number doesn't work for one buyer, but it doesn't mean it wouldn't work for other buyer. You just have to continuously build up your buyers list, all right? Because everybody buys it. Everybody look at a piece of property differently. Their exit strategy is different. They look at a piece of property and how much they want to buy for is completely different from other one, all right? So the formula that I'm sharing with you guys or other wholesaler or other investors sharing with you guys is it's just a rule of thumb where that's where a majority of the cash buyer would like it to be at. But a lot of times what it is, it doesn't mean that that is the one that you have to stick with when you make the offer. The larger your buyers list is, right, and when you have a variety of cash buyer, basically you will be able to tie more deal up in the contract and close more deals. All right, because when you first started out, your buyer is very limited. What is the formula? Angie, the formula typically is ARV, which is in perfect condition, after repair value, perfect condition, minus 30% off, right? That's how much the investor want to make on their money, minus 30% off, minus the repair, whatever the repair cost would be, and then minus your fee, how much you want to make, and that will be your offer amount to the seller. Angie, does that make sense? So, but that's not a typical, we have buyers that are okay with 20%, 25%. Okay, but those buyers, it's a little bit tougher to find, and the best way to find those buyers, in my opinion, is connect with realtor. So, so basically when we found this buyer, this buyer said, hey, Khang, you know what? He doesn't want to close on it and have to deal with so typically what we normally do is we will close on it and then we'll give the seller 30 days to vacate the property, or the renter, whoever it is that's in the property. This buyer has problem in the past where he has trouble evicting renter or having problem with actually bought the property and the seller was there. So he doesn't want to go through that eviction process again. Okay, so he likes it when he wants to close on it and the property needs to be vacated at the time of closing. Okay, and we want to, as for us, as a wholesaler, we want to close on it as quickly as possible so we can get the money as quickly as we can. So, this seller here, this buyer here won't close on it. He said he's not going to buy the property if it's not vacated at the time of closing. At the time, this is the only buyers that we have for this property. So what we end up having to do is that we went back to the seller and we said, hey, the only way that we can close on this is that, we can go ahead and set the closing out to whenever it is, but it needs to be vacant at the time of closing. Seller was okay with it. Okay, so at the time, seller was okay with it. We told the buyer, yep, we can go ahead and move forward. We send the buyer the agreement and we asked the buyer how much non-refundable can you put down? Buyer said, well, I can do 10. And we had to reduce our assignment fee at this time because this buyer said, hey, Khang, the subfloor is going to cost me some problem. So he came back and said, hey, we need more, I need it to be at this price. So it works out to be our assignment fee is $11,000. So we go ahead and tell the buyers that he needs to put down a $11,000 non-refundable, but it's going to be released to us right away. So right when he drop it off, that non-refundable is going to be released to us right away. The only way that this deal is going to go wrong, where the buyer's going to go get back their earnest money, is for whatever reason the seller doesn't want to move forward to closing. Okay, for whatever reason, that's the only reason now at this time the buyer will be able to get their money back. So what we want is, we didn't want to wait until 60 days to get the check. We, it's like we keeping it, escrow keeping it. It's the same thing. It's non-refundable. So that's what we told the buyer. We told the buyer it's not going to be held in escrow. When you drop it off, it's going to be released to us right away. We set the closing all the way 60 days from now. Buyer was okay with that. That's what we did. And then 3 weeks before closing, we obviously touch base with the seller off and on to see how they're doing with moving out. So 3 weeks before closing, the seller texted and said, hey, Khang, we're having trouble. My daughter's not wanting to get out or couldn't find a place to move. So at this time here, I was like, oh my gosh. Well, you know, we need to get this to closing, because you guys got to understand, the more you do this, you're going to understand that nothing is finalized. Nothing is 100% until it's actually closed. Anything can happen in between, all right? So that's why as a wholesaler, we want it to close as quickly as possible, because we don't want any hiccup. We don't want any surprises. We just don't want anything that's going to stop this deal from moving forward, from closing, all right? I've been through where it was like going to go to closing, and boom, for some ever reason, the seller, whatever reason, something came up and it blows the deal, okay? So that's what you want. And so far I have not have problem on my buyer side. Typically, things that happen might happen on the seller's end. All right. So I told the seller, well, he said, hey, Khang, you know, my daughter might having trouble getting out. I really want her out. I really want to close on this. So we tell the seller, well, have you offer her, you know, maybe help out with some money to help her to move, or give her some money or things like that. The seller, you guys, he's very cooperative, very easy to work with, because he just wants this off his plate. He just wants to be done with this. All right. So we're basically just kind of giving him some ideas. Hey, have you offer your daughter some money, helping her out to move, etc. But we can't close on it if she's still in the property, and we obviously really want to get this done with you. So anyway, she said, okay, let me talk to my daughter. Let me offer her some money. It's getting on my nerve, blah, 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 blah. So there's a little drama between him and his daughter. Anyways, texts back 2 days later. Hey, Khang, everything is good. We're able to, I offered to help her out with some money to put down a deposit for the new place that she's moving to. So she's going to vacate at the time of closing. So anyways, there you guys go. We came back. We told us, and you guys got to make sure that keep your communication clear with your buyer. You don't want to hide anything from your buyer, anything at all, because you want obviously to make sure that communication is clear. That because you're in this for a long-term relationship. Because if if your buyer find out or something like that, it might cause that relationship issue. So we told our buyer, hey, this is what's going on. The daughter's having trouble finding a new place, and she might not be able to vacate. Can you close on it? And then giving her some time. Buyer said, no, Khang, it has to be vacant. I said, okay, not a problem. Let me talk to the seller. Let me know the incoming call. Sorry for the incoming call, you guys. Drop me a comment. Let me know you're still there. Let me know you're still there. You're still there with me. Hang in there, you guys. That pause time is allowing you guys to smash the thumbs up. It allows you guys to subscribe to the channel. It allows you guys to turn on the bell notification. Awesome. So, came back to the seller, say, hey, we can't. So anyways, the seller was able to work out with his daughter. His daughter vacate. We close on it. Everything is closing today. Okay? Anyways, you guys, that's pretty much it. And the stories. So instead of waiting for the 60 days to get the money, right when the buyer drop off that non-refundable, we put it in our addendum or assignment agreement that money is going to be released to us right away. Okay, it's going to be released to us right away. Anyways, any question on this deal, you guys, drop me a comment. Let's get it answered. Any pieces, missing link, or pieces that are holding you back, let's get it solved. So that way you can take the next step and move on and succeed. And you guys, thank you so much for all the comments. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you for all the love. Thank you so much. Mikey, Jay, what up? Happy Friday. Liz, happy Friday. Lou, happy Friday. Jackie, happy Friday. Can you talk about inspection? Who is in charge of that, and how can it affect your sales? So Lou, the inspection is that, okay, so once you lock a property up on a contract with the seller, there is a time period, right? There's a time period that it's allowed you as a potential buyers to do your due diligence, to go out there, look at the property, hire an inspector, have your contractor walk the property to make sure that you are satisfied before you want to move forward to close on the property, okay? So that's when you send your buyer to go out there. So your buyer, and we typically tell our buyer, it's a one-time walkthrough / inspection. You want to let your buyer know that up front so they can schedule and line up their contractor or their inspector to go out there and actually do the inspection on the property. So that's why I'm saying that when you guys are not good at calculating your repair costs, it's okay. You want to get a rough figure of what it is, and the more you do it, the better you'll be, okay? But your buyer's going to come out there, your buyer's going to do the inspection, and your buyer's going to let you know, hey, your rehab is off. Our rehab is going to be more like this much. So at that time, is that they either accept your price that you sent out to them, Lou, or they can come back and tell you, hey, that price won't work because the rehab is way more. So we need it to be under this. So we need to be at this price. Okay, so the inspection period is the period that allows buyer and seller to negotiate on price if there is an issue. All right, if there's not an issue, then you just move forward. Okay, but if your buyer go out there, your buyer say, yep, everything looks good, we're ready to move forward, the inspection is all good, at that time they are going to drop off a non-refundable deposit, and that non-refundable goes to the title company, not to you, but to the title company, unless you did what we did, where we tell them, hey, right when you drop it off, it's going to be released to us right away. Okay, because our typical closing is like 7, 10, or 15 days. This one is 60 days. We didn't want to wait until 60 days to get our the money. Okay. So Lou, drop me a comment. Let me know. Does that make sense? Joe Dirt, are you still using the same title company? That's absolutely correct. Yes, we are, Joe. Big Dan, what up, Khang? Where can I download a copy of your contract? Big Dan. So we don't give out our contract for free anymore because it wouldn't be fair to those that purchased my King Kong Amazing Seller Script package. So if you want to get the contract, all the contract that I use in today's market, the assignment, the double closing, the addendum. And the thing is, you guys, most people, I'm going to be honest with you, most people that buy my King Kong Amazing Seller Script package, they don't buy for the contract. They buy for the script that allows you to negotiate and talk and communicate and dominate the phone call to lock property up in a contract virtually. And also, too, of course, you get access to my private Facebook group as well. So, Big Dan, I don't know if that's something you're interested in, but don't buy unless you are committed, you are ready to take your life, your business to the next level. These are for massive action taker. If you're not ready for it, then don't buy it. Just don't waste your money. Jordan Sim, I need a mentor, step-by-step mentor. They're out there, man. You just have to find them. The mentor, you guys, the mentor's out there. You have to find them. And the key thing is that, man, not everybody is willing to, not everybody's willing to do the one-on-one mentor. A lot of times even, so if they are good, it's not going to be cheap. That's all I know. Any advice for those taking the first step, contacting motivated seller? And, I don't know. Brown, I just going to pronounce your last name, Brown. Any advice for those taking the step, the first step, contacting motivated seller? Brown, it's going to sound like I'm going to try to push to sell my King, but I'm not. The biggest thing you need to learn is how to talk to seller. When you first started out, you need to learn how to talk to seller. You need to learn out what kind of question to ask. You need to learn how to handle the objections. And the best way is, you don't need to get my King Kong Amazing Seller Script package, but try to find and reach out to other people and try to see if they will give you their script. Okay, but you need to know what kind of question to ask, how to come back, how to handle the objections. And I'm going to share with you one thing to help you overcome the fear when you first talk to seller and when you don't have the experience on the phone, is don't act as you are the buyer. Don't represent yourself as you are the buyer. Represent yourself as you are an employee of the company. Okay? And that's going to help ease the conversation, ease up the tension and everything like that. Derek Jackson, what Brown, hopefully I answer your question. And the thing is practice. Practice makes perfect. And the best way to get better is your communication talking skill when you first start out. Maybe you don't have the money to buy my script. Man, then you just have to just call. Call for sale by owner, call Craigslist, call for sale by owner, and just start talking. And just start talking. So now you don't have the money, so you got to spend the time to figure it out, right? So you have to put in the time. It took me 6 months, and I didn't even get my on the contract until 6 months later because I didn't know what the heck I was talking to the seller about. Didn't know the question to ask. Didn't know how to handle the objection. So I scare a lot of them away. Derek Jackson, what do you think about seller agent asking me to sign a T47 contract and show proof of funds? To be honest with you, Derek Jackson, I don't know what a T47 is. To show proof of funds, what do you think about seller agent asking me to sign a T47? So let me know what a T47 is. Show proof of fund, Darren. There are companies that's online. Just type in proof of funds letter, and there are companies that will provide you with the proof of funds letter. But when you deal with agents, yeah, that's something that you might, that is a hurdle that you have to go through because they're going to ask for proof of funds. Now, so I don't know what a T47 is, but I know that there are agents that want you to sign. So let's just say when they are going to go out there, and you ask them, hey, if you have any listing or any motivated seller, we would want to, send us like pocket listing. And basically they would want you to sign a form that you are exclusively only working with them. I don't sign no contract with the seller, exclusively working with them, okay? They work with a bunch of other clients, so can we. So, I don't know, The Heavenly Jones, what a beautiful name. Anthony Gordon, how do you assign your assignment to another wholesaler for a JV deal? Can you break that down? Anthony Gordon, yes. So in your assignment contract, all you need to put in there is this assignment agreement is assignable. That's pretty much it, man. So which means you can assign your agreement to that wholesaler, and that wholesaler now can assign it to his or her end buyer. But the thing is, you always want to make sure you got to take into consideration that when you assign that agreement to that wholesaler, you got to think that wholesaler is like a buyer to you now. Okay, it's like a buyer to you now. So they need to drop off a non-refundable deposit at a title company with you. Okay, so they need to drop off a non-refundable deposit with you. Or, to you, because they are now like a buyer, because they want to lock it up with you for that amount, and they're going to try to assign it to another buyer for X amount. Okay, who care what they're trying to make, right? But you need to tell them that they also need to drop off a non-refundable, because if they don't, then they're going to lose out on that non-refundable. So they're going to lose out on some money. Okay. But all you do is put and or sign, and they can assign it to whoever else they want. I mean, there are, I've known that there are some good deals where people assign it to one person and they get to assign it to like 2 or 3 other buyer. How do you use same title company for each deal? Do you use the same title company for each deal? Yes, Jones, right now I use 2 title company. Basically, they're all the same, right? But one of them is in a different location, because what it is that I want to keep the 2 in case something, maybe the escrow agents has to leave, and I can still use this title company because they know the assignment. Because let me tell you guys this, the title company that we use, she is the only escrow agent in that title company that know how to do the double closing, that know how to do the assignment, that knows this transaction. Weird. Really weird. But she has been a superstar and has helped us out so much for closing deals. Michael, what is the best way to do the ARV so you know what your comparison will be on what you get out of it? Michael, the best way is being able to get access to the MLS. If you don't, then you just have to check out Zillow, Redfin, Trulia, iComps, and and being able to get comparables is trying to stay within half a mile to a mile. But there are some property where you have to go further, and when you go further out, comps are like, and you have to stay within, try to stay within 6 months or 6 months or less, right? As for comparables, if you can't find anything within 6 months, then obviously you have to go out 9 months or a year out, all right? But when you go further out like that, then the number's not, you have to make sure that you have to take in consideration that the time frame of it being that long, okay? Typically within 6 months, it's a very good. And try to stay within the same square footage, 100 plus or minus for square feet. Bedroom, bathrooms, trying to stay the same as you can. So close to the closest to the property as you can. Human, when starting out, should we go in person to meet seller? To meet seller to bring down the price. Human, if you have my King Kong Amazing Seller Script package, you will know that you don't need to go meet seller whether you're starting out or not. But obviously, if you don't and you want to get the experience, absolutely, man. If you want to get the deal, you want to get the experience, and you feel like, hey, if I meet with the seller, the chance of me locking property up in a contract is more, you do it, right? It's for the experience. But what I'm telling you is knowing what I know now, because I see my VA can get property up on a contract, so can you. Without going out there to see the property or to meet up with the seller. All you need to know is know how to talk and communicate with the seller. That's all I'm telling you. But if you want to, then yes. If you want to go out there and meet with the seller to gain experience or whatever it is, you can. Human, hopefully that helps you out, man. But it's all about being able to talk to the seller and negotiate and dude, I mean, you can do it virtually. As I shout out your name, come on, you guys. Any value I add, smash a thumbs up, show me some love. Dirt, let me see here. What is the name? What is her name, Khang? So I can go to her for closing. Joe Dirt, if you are in my same area, don't comment. But Joe, I think you're in my King Kong seller. I think you're in my I think you're in the Massive Action Taker Facebook family. Drop me a PM and I'll hook you up, buddy. She is absolutely amazing. Tell her that Khang sent you, and she will make sure she'll take good care of you. But having a really good escrow agent, a title company that know how to do these transactions will help you tremendously, because they know how to control the closing and everything like that, okay? Anthony Gordon, you should give a special on your package. You know, Anthony, to be honest with you, I can probably sell, because I know how. I wouldn't say that I'm really good at marketing and selling, but my wife and I have been working in the mall, and dude, it's really funny because we came up with, you know, we basically learning from other people, coming up with different tactics and different ways to put to basically put our products on sale, but it's really not on sale, right? We do that for Christmas. We do that for Black Friday. When we put it on sale, and it's not really on sale, right? So the thing is, you know, I could have sell my package for way more, right? For like to basically more of you guys, right? And I could basically make more sales if I, you know, doing a Black Friday sale, Christmas sale. The only reason I don't do that, because I respect and I value I value the one that takes the first leap of faith and believe in the products that I'm selling, and willing to invest in me and invest in the products and invest in themselves, invest in taking their life, their business to the next level. And I just feel like it just wouldn't be right if I discount and they were the one that paid full price at the beginning. Does that make sense, Anthony? But man, when my wife and I were working in the mall, dude, we were doing like 30%, 50%, 60% off, you know, because we're trying to bring in sales, and that's why people have happy hour, right? When it's slow, they put on happy hour because they want to get more clients to come in. For me, dude, the price is never going to change. It's not going to change. Can I message you? Message me on IG and I hook you up, brother. But yeah, the price will never change. I'll never discount it because I value those that invested in it so much for me to do that. How much is the package, Khang, and how can I get your Facebook group? Michael, the link is in the description. Go to Wholesale to Million, no S, wholesale2million.com. That's where you buy it. It's $4.95. It's a no refund, no exchange products, Michael. And when you make a purchase, it's all digital, so you get an email right away. You get an email right away with all the information, with all you can be able to listen to live seller call, like live. Like I go live talking to seller, you'll be able to listen to it. You'll be able to know, I use the exact, whatever I talk, it's the exact same thing on the script. But also too, you get access to my private Facebook group. That's where I go on and try to add even more value to the amount of money that you guys are putting out for. It's $4.95. Michael is $4.95. But remember, Michael, don't waste your money unless you are truly say, Khang, I'm ready, man. I'm committed. And I just want to take my life, my business to the next level. I'm just done, right? I'm just done. And those are the kind of people that I want to be a part of the group, because they're the one that's saying, hey, you know what? I'm done, man. I'm ready, right? Those are the one. Because when you go into my private Facebook group, man, these are massive action takers. You're gonna see that they close their first deal. You're gonna see that they are out there making things happen, hustling, grinding, and things like that. So I love the family that we have created on there. Angie, payment plan. Angie, there is no payment plan. It's you pay it, you get it. If you don't, then no. So I'm sorry, Angie, there's no payment plan. But when there's the will, Angie, there will be a way, right? When it's your priority, you make things happen. Trust me, you will find a way to make things happen. Michael, hey Khang, I'm so close to taking action. I'm just nervous about contract aspect. Michael, we're in the same boat. When I first started out, I was so worried and so concerned about contract and everything like that. But what I'm telling you is that if you use the right contract that has the right contingent that protects you as a buyer, potential buyer to the property, it allows you to give you a way out. There's really no reason why you should be nervous, all right? There's still no reason why you should be nervous, because that time period gives you the time period to inspect the property, to make sure as a potential buyer that you are happy, that you are satisfied with everything before you move forward to close on the property. And you guys, even if you make offer on listed property, listed property, like that's the norm. That's the norm. Buyer gets to do their inspection, their due diligence, making sure that they're satisfied, they're happy with the number, they're happy with the property before they move forward. So what's his name? So Michael, don't let that hold you back. Get a good contract. Know that it protects you, and then just move on. Tammy Lynn Tommy. Often I've come across contracts that include talk of me taking out a loan. Tammy, I'm not sure what you mean. Often I've come across contracts that include talk of me taking out a loan. I'm not sure. You might want to ask that question again. I don't know. Joe Dirt, no, Khang, I'm not a member. Joe Dirt, you're not a member of the Massive Action Taker, bro? Oh, dude. I don't know, man. I'm not sure what area you're in then. Maybe I'm thinking about a different Joe. Ola Atkins. Which phone number do you use to call motivated sellers since you don't use your own number? Atkins, you have to use a Google number. So try to find a different phone number, a Google number. Okay, so Tommy, what should the contract between the seller and I look like? I've often come across one that include me taking out a loan. Is that normal? Let me see here. Tommy, I guess the best answer to your question is that I wouldn't just go and find any contract online. What I would do is I would reach out to other investor or wholesaler in the area you're looking to crush, you're looking to dominate, and ask them in exchange for a fee, right? Hey, how much is it? If how much is it? It's gonna cost if you were to share with me your the contract, the assignment contract that you're using. Offer that to them, okay? But to me, Tommy, that's the best way is reach out to those because you know that the contract, they know that they're going to protect themselves 100%. And you know that make sure that they have used it before and closed deal before, okay? Because you know it's going to work in that area. And you know that, hey, it's going to protect them and things like that. So you don't have to create something new. Just use something that's already working and that's the best way. Tommy, I hope I answered your question. Second, HND, is it okay to tell them you're not the end buyer? To HND, well, you don't want to tell them that you're not the buyer, right? Michael, I got some big deals coming. Would be interested in buying them and do a portfolio, blah, blah, blah. Good for you, man. Hey, Khang, tips for door knocking on pre-foreclosure. Okay, and another thing I want to talk to you guys about is for those of you who's like, hey, Khang, when I purchase your King Kong seller script package, do you teach me how to do cold call? Okay, so when you get the package, you'll be able to join my Facebook group, and on there, I'll share with you, you can use the exact same script to cold call, go door knocking, whatever it is, you can use the exact same script. All you're doing is and I share with you on the private Facebook group, all you're doing is you just change the intro. That's it. You just change the intro, and then once you change the intro, and then you will flow, I'll show you how to flow everything back into the script again. Okay, so you dominate the phone call. But you cold call, whatever it is, it's you just use that same script. RY Cat, hey Khang, tips on door knocking on pre-foreclosure. Well, the thing is for us is that we can't deal with pre-foreclosure in our area. It's not allowed. It's illegal. But if it's an area that it works for you, it's just like anything else. I wouldn't say that, hey, I would not approach like they're in pre-foreclosure. I just approach that, hey, let's just say, what's your name? Cat. Hey, Kat, my company is looking to buy some properties in the area for cash. We can make you a free, no risk, no obligation cash offer within 24 to 48 hours. Just curious, do you have a house or a property that you're interested in selling? Or maybe you know somebody that might have a house or a property they're interested in selling. Done. To me, when you go to them, like you act like they're in pre-foreclosure, it's, basically once you build rapport, once you build up the relationship and the rapport, then you can ask them what's the reason why they're selling, and that's when you get into the script, and that's when the seller might open up and share with you. I mean, they have to because it's going to show up either way. But to me, I don't feel like you should approach it like because it's going to cause a conflict. They're going to think, oh my God, he's trying to dig. They're targeting this pre-foreclosure. They're like hawks or whatever, trying to, you know what I mean? I hope you know what I'm trying to say. But anyways, you guys, I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you for everyone that takes your precious time to be able to go on live with me. I truly appreciate it. If you guys are interested, it's in the descriptions. Go ahead and click on it. Check it out. And remember, it's only for those of you who's ready, who's committed to take your life, your business to the next level. These for only massive action taker. Know that success is my responsibilities, not anyone else's. These are the tools that Khang will provide. But the success that, the tools that I provide, but you need to do the push-up. You need to take the massive action. You need to take it, make it happen. Take care, you guys. Have a great rest of your day. And the thing is, you guys, you got to understand that, like we just closed on that big monster deal. One deal can change everything around. One deal. So when you're going at this for 6 months, 8 months, and you're not seeing the results, what I would do is reach out to somebody and then that have already closed some deals so they can actually give you some pointer to steer you in the right direction, because you don't want to continue doing the wrong thing for a long period of time and waste all that time and not getting the results. Does that make sense? And you know, and so the thing is, you guys gotta understand, it only takes one deal to change everything around. I used to work for a company for the entire year, 8 hours a day, entire year, and make 30,000. And if you're 6 months in, you're 8 months in, what if you do one deal that generates you 30,000 or 20,000 or 10,000? But that one deal, it's gonna give you such a boost, such a confidence that you are just gonna, you just unleash the beast, and man, trust me, you just gonna go at it like a maniac. Because that's what happened to me when I did that first wholesale deal. Man, it just unleashed the beast in me. It just let me know that this is possible for me. That, man, if I can make this much, I can make as much as I want. All right? It's about how much work, effort that I want to put into it. So anyways, you guys, take care. Have a great rest of your day. I wish you guys all the best, and I wish you guys massive, massive success. But remember, take actions. Don't be the analyzer and paralyzer. All right? Take massive action. Take care, you guys. Bye. Trying to end this.